Hey there, and welcome back. So, hopefully, you did the homework for last week. Hopefully, you've gotten all this stuff started to start framing this up so that you're ready to start making these steps. Because this one here, this first topic that we're going to talk about in the keys, this here is the best one, and this is the biggest one. It's called forgiveness. Forgiveness is the most important key to unlocking your life. See, we carry inside us some form of resentment or turmoil towards ourselves and others. It can be guilt or regret from our past that we are still holding on to, like the luggage that we've carried onto our ship for our trip. It could be a nagging sense of a missed opportunity, or it could be blame that we are still holding on to from the past, whether that blame being from yourself or someone that you've put onto someone else. So much of who we are, we aren't even conscious of. We use excuses and reasons as to why we haven't lived up to our envisioned self, to the self that we really think that we are, the vision of ourself that we believe to be. Let's see, we allow excuses to quietly shape the behaviors and actions we exhibit in our daily life. This is something I really want you to focus in on. In order to be able to have forgiveness, is to stop using things that are like excuses or reasons why. We're going to talk more about excuses later on in this series. But for now, what I want you to really mainly focus on is listen to the language that you use. I want you to listen to every single time you use an excuse and ask yourself why. Why did I just use an excuse there? Because I think most of the time you don't realize how often it is that you're using an excuse to be able to explain a behavior. And most of the time, that behavior that you are using that excuse for goes back to one of those things that we just mentioned in there. It is a resentment, it's turmoil, it's guilt, it's this baggage that we are carrying around, it's these feelings that we have not dealt with and that we're not even conscious of, that we are using that excuse to try to justify it. And so with forgiveness, this is the way forgiveness works. So here's the hard truth. You are where you are because of you. You are where you are because of your past. It is just that simple. You're only a reflection of yesterday. And that's not a blame onto you. That's just the way it is. We are who we are because of who we are. This is where you are today is all just a reflection of what you were yesterday. And this is where this forgiveness is going to come in and help make this major shift into being able to let go. And all you ever have to do is make small steps. Don't think of this as some big project. Small steps. Small steps are the things that are going to get you down that path. They're going to make those shifts, and they're going to be the things that's going to be able for you to be able to keep a hold of as you move on. If you want to change who you are and how others see and react to you, you have to change your perspective to a state of forgiveness. Change your current view of where and who you are to where and who you want to be. You must start by forgiving everything that has happened to you. This includes everything everyone has ever done to you, everything you have perceived as an act of meanness or spite or an unkind action, unpleasant opinion, or mistreatment or action that you can now use as an excuse. You have to let it go and forgive them. You can no longer let that have power or control over you. Free yourself from the pain that you have been carrying. Now, this is going to be one of those hard things because some of this is going to be like, well, why? Why should I have to do that? Because it seems like it might be a free pass for these other people and their other behaviors. But I'm telling you, this is the key. You have to let go of everything that has ever happened and forgive it. Forgive everything that someone has ever done to you, every missed opportunity, every unkind word, opinion, thought, every bit of it. Just forgive it. From this moment on, let it go. It's baggage. Take it, go toss it over. Let it go. It is going to be the most freeing thing when you are no longer allowing that to have any power or control over any decisions that you are making. Those people, regardless of who they were or who they are, do not matter. The only thing that matters today is you. You are the captain. You're the captain of your life. And forgiveness is the key. Forgive them for everything that they have done. Now, you don't need to go back and actually, say to them, oh, I forgive you. I forgive you for this. Because by doing that, you might actually end up causing more problems. And let me explain this. The forgiveness isn't for them anyway. It's for yourself. It's for you allowing yourself to take that on, and for you to allow those thoughts to be carried on through your day. Forgive them. Now, the next thing that you need to do is you need to forgive everything you've ever done. Every missed opportunity that you've had, that you've regretted. Everything that you've ever said that has been unkind, unjust. Everything that you have ever done that has been mean, resentful, vengeful, whatever. You need to forgive yourself for everything you have ever done in your life. Let it go. You need to forgive yourself of everything. And then for the exact same reasons. Because these are the things that baggage. These are the things that you keep carrying with you. These are the things that, because of the fact that you are allowing it to have this power and control over you, it is the thing that has gotten your ship stuck. And forgiveness for them and forgiveness for you is going to be the thing that's going to lighten that load. And from this day forward, always forgive. That's why it's up there on our compass. That's why it's part of the directions for your life. Forgive everything. Now, I'm not saying that just because you forgive everything today, you're not going to make a mistake tomorrow, or that people aren't going to do something mean towards you, tomorrow. But when those new things happen, forgive them. Let them go. Don't pick it up if it's somebody else. And if it's something that you have done, try to go back and fix it. Every one of us makes good decisions and bad decisions. We all make mistakes. The trick is how you're going to allow that mistake to be defined. Is it going to be something that you are going to forgive and go back and fix? Or is it going to be something that you're going to carry with you as a regret? Something that's going to then go into the autopilot program and stay back in that brain and then help you make bad decisions over and over again. Forgive. Forgive every bad thing that has ever happened. Now, I know that sounds like a lot. It is. It is a lot. Especially depending on how old you've gotten, what kind of life you've led. Some of us have a lot more stuff to forgive than others. One good way to start doing this is to make a list. I know, here we go again. It's talking about another list. Make a list. Make a list of all of these things. Make a list of the things that you've been holding on to that you need to forgive. Make a list of the things that people have done to you that you would like to forgive. The thing is once you start doing this, you can start knocking these things off. Take each one and just say it. I will no longer allow this to have any more power or control over me. It will no longer be something that I use as an excuse or a reason for the decisions that I'm going to be making today. I forgive this, whatever that may be. Now, a lot of this stuff, because of that autopilot program that we talk about, you are going to have to go over this stuff multiple times because you have to rewire the way that you are perceiving yourself in this life. And so don't worry if you go through some of this stuff and you find yourself falling right back into these same patterns. It's going to happen. That doesn't mean that you failed. That just means that you're about ready to make that breakthrough. Because once you can see that, then you'll know you're on the right path. So don't worry, is what I'm really telling you. Don't worry. It's okay. We all stumble. And so will you. You're always going to be enough. You always will be. And so what I want you to do is just keep working at it. Keep forgiving these things if you have to keep saying it over and over again. Because what you're doing is you're planting that thought into your mind by you always thinking about that, and by that always being a present thought in your conscious. It's going to be the thing that's going to start shaping the decisions that you are making, the behaviors that you're expressing. And it's going to start reframing everything in your life to the way you handle people and the way that the people are going to react back to you. And so you just keep working at it. And eventually it becomes second nature. It really will. And when you have something that you've done that you need to forgive, go and try to fix it. If you can fix it, fix it. You don't need to make a big deal about it. Just go fix it. And if you can't, then that's a lesson. And you just forgive it. And know that you will not make that decision again in the future. And move on. Let's see what else we've got here. So this is going to be the lesson that I'd like you to work on for this week. Now that you've got your list written down of the things that you need to forgive and that you've started working on them, I want you to just take moments and keep focusing on that forgiveness, but asking yourself, why did I allow this to control me? And just see what the answer is that comes up. That way you can understand how you got into this spot. Yes. This is just the thought that I want you to start keeping in your mind. And as you're working through this, I want you to just say this: I am the captain. I am the captain of my life. I am the captain of my ship. And so every time that there's any kind of problems that are coming up, and you need to remind yourself about who you are, what you are, and where you're going, you just tell yourself, I am the captain. Take that leadership role. You are the captain of your ship, and you will no longer allow this to continue to have any power or control over you. And I'm no longer going to use any excuses to define my decisions. And so until next time, you take care.